Good afternoon, YouTube. As you can see, I've been making some plant terrariums. This one I'm quite pleased with. I've got a nice little mini red phalaenopsis in there, and that phalaenopsis was supposed to go in this terrarium over here. This is the one I showed you on a couple of videos ago, but unfortunately it was too tall. Once I got it in there, and I did get it in there, the neck of this jar goes up, it's not very tall from the bottom to the start of the neck, and the flower spikes were sort of twisted up around, and they just didn't look very good at all. So I gave up on that. So this one I ended up doing just a normal little, I think there's a couple of ferns in there, just a normal plant terrarium. Relatively easy to make, relatively inexpensive. I paid $10 for the jar, and I paid $2 each for the plants. All the other ingredients I already had. Now, how I made it, I put some gravel in the bottom, then I put some charcoal, I put a very thin layer of the bark, the old bark that was breaking down, the Dalton's brand that was breaking down, so I put some of that in because I've got to use it up. I piled, then I put compost in with a bit of grit in it, and I piled it up at the back here, as you can see. Planted the top plant in the top, then I pulled the soil down, or the compost down, planted this second plant, put some moss around in places, pushed that stone in the centre sort of to give it a bit of interest. Little bit of bark. I'm not sure about the bark. I may well take that big lump of bark out, but for now I'll leave it and see what my husband says. So yeah, so for $14, I think that's a nice little thing. So I'll go over now and explain the other one. So this one was a bit more expensive because obviously the orchid was expensive. So the orchid in the little plant come to $30. The actual container was $10, so $40, because again I had all the other ingredients, which is not bad really. I mean, I will always have that plant. If you think about a bunch of flowers, people pay $40 or $50 for a bunch of flowers in a week or two, and they're gone in the bin, forgotten. With something like this, hopefully the orchid will be good, and it will go on and on and on and on. So we'll see. This is sort of like a mirrored finished glass bowl. It is see-through. Let me see my fingers there, yeah. So it's got a mirror effect on the outside, which I thought was quite attractive. This one, bring it a bit closer so we can see it. Again, easy to make. I put charcoal in the bottom. I put quite a bit of bark in because it's quite a big bowl, so I had to fill it up in order to bring the plants up taller. So that's the orchids in mostly bark. Where I put the little plants, I did put some compost, so I had to put some compost in to accommodate that plant, the gritty stuff. And then I just added some stones, all from the garden, and the little bit of gravel down the side there. I did put some more moss in and a couple bit more bits of bark from the garden. So there you go. This, I was a little bit upset because I did knock a few buds off when I put it in that jar, but looking at this plant, I can see I've got some buds coming here on the end, and I think that may be a branch out there. Excuse my dirty fingers, I've only just made this. I have washed them, but a gardener gets ingrained dirt, and I'm naughty for not wearing gloves. Anyway, this is the little nubbin. I'm hoping that's going to branch out there, and there is a little nubbin on the back here, on the back spike. So this may well be a double branching, or branching phalaenopsis. Some of the mini ones are, quite a few of my other mini ones are. Which is great. If it does, it'll look really neat. I think it looks quite pretty, and I'm pleased with that. So I'll do regular updates, and if anybody got any questions, please feel free to ask. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.